Not only is it annoying to wake up twice or 3 times a night to go to the bathroom, but it also takes your sleep, weakens your heart, and leaves you exhausted all day. What if I told you that one good nightly routine might be making matters worse? As a physician who works closely with the elderly, I have witnessed far too many seniors suffer in silence, blaming age when in reality, their nightly meal was the cause. The top 3 superfoods that can naturally support your bladder, lessen the frequency of impromptu nighttime visits, and help you sleep through the night for 6 to 7 hours will be revealed to you today. Before we start, could you please let me know where you are viewing this video and what time it is for you at this moment? Kindly leave a remark below. I actually read them all, and your tale is important. To ensure you never miss out on life-changing health advice tailored just for you, please tap the bell symbol and click the subscribe button if you're new here. Let's begin. A nibble could be the key to a restful night's sleep. Many elderly in India start to detect an odd pattern in their sleep after the age of 60. Your legs feel heavy when you go to bed, and your mind longs to rest, but the need comes back about 2 or 3 in the morning. Sometimes you're half asleep when you go to the restroom, wondering why you can't sleep the way you used to. It seems like aging, a natural part of becoming older. However, science reveals that there is more going on within the body, and if you comprehend it, you may regain delicate control. Our bodies contain a unique hormone known as vasopressin. It's responsible for informing the kidneys to slow down at night so that the person can sleep. When young, this hormone functions flawlessly. In order to keep the bladder peaceful while we sleep, it lowers pee production at night. However, the kidneys continue to filter water even as we sleep, and vasopressin levels gradually start to decline after the age of 60. Allow me to tell you about Mr. Singh, a Punjabi instructor who is now retired. Even though he didn't drink much, he found himself waking up at 3 in the morning every night at the age of 72. It seemed normal to him. He responded, "It's simply my age." However, the reality was revealed when we examined his urine output and pattern. Because vasopressin was no longer promoting deep sleep, his body had lost its ability to regulate itself at night. Within the bladder itself, another significant alteration takes place. The bladder used to hold 400-500 milliliters before generating an urge when you were younger. However, at 65 or 70, it can produce a complete signal, even if only 150-200 ml, nearly half a glass of water, have accumulated. This indicates that your bladder has gotten more sensitive, not full, which is why you wake up. Your sleep is disrupted once more when your brain receives that signal too early. Many elderly people unwittingly engage in behaviors that exacerbate the issue, which makes matters more challenging. Drinking a full glass of milk before bed, eating dinner at 8 p.m., or sipping chai at 9 p.m. all cause the body to retain more fluid. Your kidneys are still functioning when you lie down, and the bladder starts to fill at the exact moment when your body's ready to relax. No one is aware of the true reason of this silent pattern, which is repeated in houses from Chennai to Lucknow. Fortunately, you are not to blame for this. Nobody gave us advice on how to modify our routines as our bodies age. However, you can start making small changes now that you are aware of what is going on inside. Evening fluids were reduced by earlier dinners, and the appropriate timing can provide significant relief. Remind yourself that your body has not failed you. It is merely requesting that you pay attention to it and take care of it in a more intelligent manner. 3. Superfoods to help lower nighttime urine. 1. Pumpkin seeds. The modest pumpkin seed, also known as kaduka beej, stands out subtly among the many natural foods that promote greater health after 61 little seeds. Few people are aware of its profound healing potential, even though you may have seen it on your kitchen shelf, or perhaps added to laddus or other dry snacks. These tiny green seeds are high in omega-3 fatty acids and zinc, 2 nutrients that help maintain the prostate and urinary system in good condition, especially in older men. They support improved control over urine flow and lessen minor bladder inflammation, which reduces the frequency of nighttime bathroom breaks. Additionally, unlike medications, Pumpkin seeds have no negative side effects and act gradually and gently. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Ravi, a retired postmaster from Lucknow who is 68 years old. He was unable to get a good night's sleep and would wake up 2 or 3 times every night for more than a year. He would constantly wake up feeling exhausted. He tried utilizing herbal teas and skipping meals to cut back on water, but it didn't work. During our conversation, I suggested that he make one small adjustment. Add 1 tablespoon of roasted pumpkin seeds every day before 6 o'clock. Simply dry roast it at home without adding any salt or oil. 2 weeks later, Mr. Ravi noticed a little shift. I still wake up sometimes, Dr. Saab, but not 3 times anymore, he added. And when I do, there is less pressure and an easier flow. By the 4th week, he was feeling lighter in the mornings and getting 6 uninterrupted hours of sleep. For males with early indications of benign prostate enlargement, which is prevalent after age 60, pumpkin seeds are particularly beneficial. They provide some comfort and confidence, while also assisting in the natural management of the condition's symptoms. Most essential, even if it's just a little step at a time, they provide you the ability to feel in control once more. Therefore, dear senior, if you are searching for a safe, natural solution to your frequent nighttime awakenings, begin with this minor adjustment. Allow this potent seed to quietly strengthen your body. Hospitals don't always provide healing. It begins with a banana and a teaspoon of what you already have in your kitchen. Most elderly people search for large fixes, potent medications, costly therapies, or rigid diets to deal with the nighttime urination. However, there are instances when the solution might be found in the most familiar spot, your own kitchen fruit basket. The simple, soft, ripe banana, or keela, as we affectionately call it, is one of the numerous fruits that we love in India since it gently supports the bladder. A banana is more than simply a simple snack. They are the silent medicine of nature for those over 60. Potassium, a mineral that aids in relaxing the smooth muscles of the bladder wall, is abundant in them. The bladder muscles don't communicate urgent information to the brain too rapidly when they are relaxed. This implies you can sleep for extended periods of time before waking up to urinate. More significantly, bananas don't irritate the bladder's inner lining because of their extremely low acidity. Bladder irritation is a hidden source of midnight urination, which many older persons are unaware of. If the bladder's lining is sensitive or irritated, it may produce a strong signal even when it is just half full. Cold foods or highly acidic fruits exacerbate this issue. For this reason, elders find bananas to be a reassuring option because they are soft, neutral, and mild. Allow me to tell you about Mrs. Kamala, an elegant 70-year-old Bangalore woman. She suffered from disturbed sleep for almost a year, waking up 2 or even 3 times each night. Although her blood sugar levels were normal, she believed it was due to her age or possibly an early indication of diabetes. She would feel exhausted every morning, find it difficult to concentrate, and even quit going to her daily bhajan group. I asked her a few basic questions when we spoke. Once 6 p.m. has arrived, what do you eat? Do you have any cold snacks? Yes, she admitted. I occasionally grab a green banana from the market and occasionally eat grapes or curd straight from the refrigerator after supper. That little hint was sufficient. At approximately 5:30 p.m., I gently suggested that she switch to 1 ripe banana and avoid cold fruits. Eat it by itself without milk or sugar at room temperature, beautifully yellow and not too soft or fresh out of the refrigerator. After a week, she became aware of a shift. At 4 a.m., she made her first bathroom visit. Rather than 2 in the morning, she was getting uninterrupted 6 hours of sleep by the 2nd week. She smiled and said, Dr. G, I had no idea that bananas could accomplish what sleeping pills couldn't. Ripe bananas have the advantage of being inexpensive, readily available in practically every Indian home, and easy to stomach. Without altering blood pressure or blood sugar levels, they promote healthy digestion and bladder function. However, it's crucial to consume the proper kind of banana. Raw or green bananas might cause constipation and upset your stomach. Additionally, avoid eating cold meals right out of the refrigerator because they can cause bladder sensitivity in elderly people. So, my buddy, attempt this easy move if you're searching for a warm, natural technique to aid your bladder sleep at night. Enjoy a single ripe banana from 5 to 6 p.m. as a snack in the evening, and refrain from consuming any other fruits or beverages after that. Don't be astonished. Instead, feel supported. Let there be no noise at night. Allow sleep to softly return. Healing doesn't have to be difficult at this age. Sometimes it's accompanied by a banana and a smile, 3 seeds of fenugreek. For generations, methy seeds, also known as fenugreek, have been quietly stored in kitchen jars in many Indian homes, where they are mostly used for pickling or tadka. However, relatively few elders are aware of the potent healing qualities of this tiny, bitter seed, particularly for those who frequently urinate at night. Methi does much more than help with digestion when it is soaked overnight and taken in the morning. It helps elderly persons maintain their general balance, soothe the bladder, and gently warm the body. It is merely traditional Indian knowledge backed by contemporary science. It is not magic. Additionally, it might significantly alter your quality of sleep at night if taken at the appropriate time. First, let's examine how meth functions within the body. Compounds in fenugreek lower inflammation throughout the body, particularly in the bladder lining and urinary system. Elderly people who have recurrent urgency or a burning feeling at night will find this anti-inflammatory activity to be quite beneficial. Additionally, methi aids in digestion and blood sugar regulation, which lessens the strain on the kidneys and bladder. A tranquil night is frequently the result of a warm, contented tummy. Meth is best used in a very straightforward manner for bladder health. Simply soak 5 grams of whole methi seeds in half a glass of water for the entire night using a tiny spoon. Instead of keeping it in the refrigerator, keep it covered on your kitchen counter. Then sip this methi water slowly in the morning before breakfast or tea, or even while brushing your teeth. It's okay to strain the seeds or chew them if you'd like. One crucial rule, though, is to never take methi water after 6 o'clock in the evening. Why? Because methi may cause an increase in urine output by mildly stimulating renal function. Instead of promoting better sleep, taking it in the evening can cause sleep disturbances. Therefore, limit this activity to the early morning, preferably before 7 a.m. The body is most prepared to absorb it at that point. Allow me to introduce you to Auntie Sushila, a Pune-born grandma who is 74 years old. For almost 2 years, she had struggled with frequent urination. She woke up at 2 in the morning and again at 4, despite drinking less water at night. With weary eyes, she said, "Even when I'm not full, I feel like my bladder won't let me sleep." She had tried reducing tea, skipping dinner, and taking sleeping tablets, but to no avail. I then told her about the benefits of soaked methi water one day at a community health camp. She seems taken aback. "I have meth in my kitchen, that's all." With 1 spoon soaking at daylight, she began the very following morning. She only woke up once at night after a week. After 3 weeks, she was getting 6 uninterrupted hours of sleep. Afterwards, she folded her hands and stated, "Dr. G, I feel like I got my morning back." This remedy's affordability, accessibility, and established trust in Indian homes make it an attractive option. All you need is timing, self-control, and a calm faith in your own body. No medications or prescriptions. So, dear elder, try this age-old method with contemporary care if you too wake up frequently at night and feel exhausted in the morning. Let your bladder feel quiet again by soaking your methi tonight and drinking it the next morning. Because sometimes all it takes for a tranquil night to begin is a spoonful of seeds and a little faith. Adding fruits, seeds, and herbal treatments to their regular meals, many elderly in India sincerely try to eat healthily. However, if consumed at the wrong time or in the wrong mix, even the healthiest foods can occasionally be uncomfortable. Timing is crucial, particularly when it comes to controlling frequent nighttime urination. For this reason, you also need to know when and how to eat natural superfoods, like soaking methi or banana pumpkin seeds, because your eating habits must shift along with your body's rhythm at the age of 60. The first and most crucial guideline is straightforward. Before dusk, consume all superfoods that nourish the bladder. When the sun is up, the kidneys and digestive system function at their best. Any meal or drink consumed after 6 p.m. may interfere with the body's natural slowing down and preparation for sleep. It is advisable to digest superfoods like methi, water bananas, or seeds earlier, so that the bladder has time to empty before bed. Drink less after sunset, and if you're thirsty, take a few sips of warm or room temperature water, rather than a full glass. The second frequent error is to pair these nutritious snacks with inappropriate foods, particularly large meals or milk desserts. For instance, some elderly people believe that eating bananas with milk or aftersweets will give them strength. But this combination frequently causes indigestion or gas, especially in older folks whose digestion is slower. A tiny amount of urine may feel urgent when the stomach is swollen because it presses against the bladder. Fruits like bananas and guavas should therefore be had on their own, at least an hour before or after a large meal. Allow each food to function without being distracted by thick or sticky mixtures. Now, I'll give you a straightforward daily routine to adhere to, based on actual outcomes from elders I've worked with in Chennai, Pune, and Delhi. Take 5 grams of soaked seeds and half a glass of water in the morning before tea or breakfast. By mid-morning, concentrate on staying hydrated by taking little sips of water from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Between 12:30 and 1:30 p.m., have your main meal, which should be light but well-balanced with roti and dal sabzi. Savor your superfoods around 5 p.m., which include a tablespoon of roasted pumpkin seeds and 1 ripe banana. Your body will be able to take advantage of this timing and begin to relax by evening. Drink less water after 7 p.m., just a few sips if necessary, and avoid tea, milk, and fruit. Although this habit may seem insignificant, it has a significant impact. For only 10 days, an old couple from Ahmedabad adhered to this regimen, as I recall. They joyfully informed me that, for the first time in years, Dr. Saab and I slept for 6 hours straight without waking up. The dish itself was the only thing that was altered. Your body is intelligent, but it also requires your assistance, dear friend. Healing gets easier if you pay attention to its rhythm, giving it nourishment when it asks, and letting it rest when it wants to. Selecting superfoods is not enough. You also need to determine when and how to consume them. This is the Indian method of making medication out of basic seeds and fruits. A good night's sleep frequently depends on more than just our daily routines and habits, even when we eat the correct foods at the proper times. Because the body becomes more sensitive after the age of 60 to movement, breathing, and rest, as well as to food, these small lifestyle changes can mean the difference between elders in India waking up 2 or 3 times a day or sleeping for 6 uninterrupted hours. Therefore, you must assist your body with easy habits that relax the bladder and quiet the nerves if you're aiming to reduce overnight urine. Let's start with a very basic topic: how we sleep. The majority of elderly people in India like to sleep flat on their backs with heavy blankets and large pillows. But new research indicates that resting on your left side can simultaneously improve digestion and lessen bladder pressure. Wear loose cotton nightwear that lets your body breathe and place a nice pillow between your knees. In addition to improving blood flow, this position lessens bladder sensitivity, particularly in the chilly early morning hours. Now consider your post-dinner evenings. Do you lie down right away, or do you sit still and watch TV? Sending too much fluid to your bladder when it needs to relax could be that one behavior. Instead, try going for a leisurely walk for 10 to 15 minutes, even if it's just in your hallway or veranda. This mild motion facilitates digestion and helps your legs release retained fluid. There are 2 factors that lessen urinating during night. Even couples who go on a walk together after supper report feeling closer and getting better sleep. Let's finally discuss what you do right before bed. Many elderly people lie in bed restlessly or dash to the bathroom just in case. But these behaviors can confuse your bladder and exacerbate the situation. Instead, spend 5 minutes sitting quietly. Put one hand on your lower abdomen and the other on your chest. Breathe deeply and slowly through your nose and mouth, then softly massage your lower abdomen in circular motions. In addition to teaching the bladder to hold longer without false alarms, this soothes the neurological system. The body will eventually recall this bit and give it back to you at night. Your body still wants to relax, dear elder. All it requires is your assistance. Try these 3 little adjustments. After dinner, take a big breath and go to sleep on your sidewalk. Together with your eating patterns, they might become your peaceful companions on the journey to deeper sleep, which will boost your mood, energy, and morning grin once sleep returns. You now understand, dear senior, that pricey treatments or potent medications are not always necessary for restful sleep. Sometimes something lots simpler is the first step. The appropriate meal in the appropriate manner at the appropriate time. When combined with 3 mild behaviors, such as strolling after dinner and taking deep, long-lasting breaths before bed, these 3 superfoods, pumpkin seeds, ripe bananas, and soaked methi, can help you relax and promote your sleep. Not all at once, but gradually and gently, in a manner that your body accepts and comprehends. Please keep in mind that your body is still capable of healing itself. Yes, it is older, but it still pays close attention to how you treat it. Even disrupted sleep can be restored with the correct attention, rhythm, and patience. Restless nights don't have to be your destiny. All you need to do is begin slowly, one tiny adjustment at a time. Simply put hope in the comments if this message resonated with you, and you are prepared to give it a shot. If you found this video useful, please subscribe to the channel and share it with your loved ones, your sister, your neighbor, or a friend from your walking group. That one word could inspire someone else sitting silently just like you. One night at a time. Let's work together to restore restful sleep to our lives. Namaste, and I hope you have a deep, peaceful, and undisturbed sleep the next time.